I love what you said also about mentally rehearsing instead of overly preparing. I generally, I'll rehearse the first 5 minutes because I know that that's when you've got the most adrenaline and maybe your heart rate's higher and you're nervous because people are looking at you. But then after that, generally, I have some bullet points memorized that I know I need to hit. And then the way I get to them is a much more flowy, authentic style. And that's really the fun piece because that's when you can play off of the audience and you can be more creative in the way you're sharing.
Yeah. I think it's a really good tip, like the first 5 minutes, because you're right. That's when, you're a little bit maybe fumbly and I always speak too fast at that point. And I think that's a great piece of advice. Just do that piece, because if you master that, you'll naturally then flow into the room. Yeah, that's awesome.
Totally. Yeah. And how do you know that you're ready? Like before you got on that plane to Finland, how did you know, like, yeah, I'm ready to do this?
Oh, good question. In terms of preparation or like speaking at all? Do you mean like preparation for that specific one?
Speaking at all, like for
Okay.
me, I know when I'm ready because it's a feeling that I have. I
Okay.
get excited versus anxious.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. For me, it's like there is a message. So there is a clear message, and it is a feeling as well, probably more in my gut. It's like a knowing and a communication. It's like, it's time to share this now. And that's not, there's a lot of things I wouldn't speak on, or wouldn't feel ready to speak on, or even just feel congruent is a word that comes through when we're talking about this. Like congruency for me feels like, yeah, that's integrated. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned a lot of things. I can share a message here. That's like, it's like a full body yes, and it just feels congruent. Feels like I can transmute something really powerful here. Not in every area, but in this area for sure. And I knew that even the one in Finland, like with team, it's a huge journey. I made so many mistakes. I wasted a lot of money. I cried in my car so many times thinking I wasn't equipped or cut out to lead people. Like the integration and the wisdom I felt like I had to share was just so clear. So for me, it is that like full congruency here. Like there's nothing questionable about what I'm going to share. It's like, this is going to help.
Yeah. It almost sounds like you're saying there's a confidence in your ability to share the experience that you've had.
Yeah.
Like no matter what comes up from the audience, no matter what questions that come up around this topic area, you have the confidence to know that you can handle it.
Yeah, it's so funny you just say that. You just picked that piece up, because I spoke at another event maybe like a month ago around wealth energetics, around this distinction of the expansion of our body and nervous system to create more wealth and abundance. And the one piece of feedback that the person running that event gave me was exactly what she just said. She said, I just felt like no matter what the audience threw at you, you were ready to roll, you could hold it. So it's you pick that up beautifully. That is what it feels like. Yeah. And I think, and it helps me facilitate that way, because I'm less about the keynote and the presentation, and I'm more ready to be with the people in the room and maybe what will arise.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really, that's something that occurs for me too, is that when I feel ready, it's not even about the content anymore. Like the content is a nice to have, but it's that feeling of wanting to connect with the people in the room. And, Gandhi has he said a beautiful thing. Let me see if I can pull it up from memory. He said, you find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of others.
Yes.
Really, that's it. I know for me, when I'm speaking, definitely live, but online as well, is that when I lose myself in this, oh my God, how can I help these people? And what do I need to communicate? How do I need to communicate so that they get it? Then that's when things become electric, and it becomes super fun for me too.
Yeah. Amazing. I love that quote. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So beautiful.